my dog is now with me. So, yeah, he's down below. So, mm, see, I'm gonna be just kind of like this. No green screen, for now at least. And maybe I should.
Yeah. You can start working or something, so I'm gonna try the stream. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. This is the boot.dev terminal and shell course. Um, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do terminal and shell. I feel like that's the most aligned with the theme of the current stream. Um, okay. I think I already did these, but I'm going to start over. So I'm not going to be getting any XP, um, at least for right now. But that's fine because it's been a while since I've done this course. Yeah, it's been a good long while. You know what? I'm going to use Warp for this. My dog is such a picky eater. He doesn't want his regular food, or if he does have his regular food, he doesn't eat as much. But if I sprinkle a little bit of cheese, or if I like take like a fingerful of peanut butter and just kind of mix it into his food, then he will eat a lot. And he's underweight right now, so I'm sort of weighing the cost benefit of doing that. I'm not giving him a lot though. Not giving him a lot though. I mean, I wouldn't want to eat kibble myself, so I don't blame the guy. Okay. We don't need to do this. Hmm. Oops. Oh, I'm trying to do Vim commands. I'll go. Come here. Sit right here. Sit right here. Yeah, you just ate. Sit. Okay, sit. It's not playtime, buddy. I don't have any more food. It's your fault you chose to not eat all day. Ugh. I know he's trying to clean my fur when he's like preening me, but it hurts so bad. And I don't want him to get used to that. But I understand he's trying to be polite. Um, Man, you know it's gonna be trippy is like trying to remember the difference between my Vim commands and my regular key bindings. Okay, so I need to change this word right here for sign. I think I made everything into a comment, which is why I didn't see it. Oku, right here. Sit. Down. Down. Yeah. It's so crazy how a dog will definitely act different when they know you're on the phone or on the computer. Oku, no. Down. Sit. Down. Down. Wait. Yeah. He'll act very, no, 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 down. Wait. He is definitely a lot more likely to like be what's the word? Aloof, like to my directions and stuff. Um, Probably because like I think dogs and actual children do this with their parents because they know that when a parent or whatever is like out in public or maybe preoccupied with something else, that they're not going to get the same amount of like directed focus and structure. You know, like a child's not going to misbehave or do something like when a parent's actively watching them, but when a parent's distracted or doing something else or not giving them full attention, that's when they will like, do whatever. It's a constant effort. No, 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 no. Okay, well, my mic's going to be on mute for a little bit because he's going to be complaining about me making him stay in one place. So, yep, that's the dog dad life. I want to do a test. I wonder if I start talking, is he going to try to get up and like get into something? Yeah, yeah. He's been like with me out of his crate almost all day. He even got to like cuddle with me, which is very new for us because he's been a crate puppy. But I even let him like lay with me on the couch this morning for several hours and everything. So yeah, but it's almost bedtime. It's almost bedtime. His last meal is like 6 o'clock, and he's a little late on that. And he starts getting a little rowdy when he gets tired, or like near bedtime. That's why my streams end up being so late because I need to get him down. before I can focus. Otherwise, he's going to be either getting into something behind me or he's going to be trying to play with me. Like if I like shoo him away with my hand, he thinks I'm playing, so that doesn't make it any better. Yeah. Also, I know this is a tangent, but I learned that for like human children, they don't understand negative words like no or don't for quite a long time, for like the first couple years of their lives, even after they learn to speak a little bit. Um, and I feel like that must be also true for like puppies to a degree too, because I don't think he understands the negative aspect of like no or don't do that. I think he only understands like what I want him to do, not what I don't want him to do. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Because like he is much more likely to follow a command that's in the positive than one that's in the negative. Like he gets confused. Yeah, so that was a good example. I had my mic off, but I had to just be like, Ogu, down. And he'll like do that. But if I say Ogu, no, or don't get up or stop, he has no clue what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think that's why they say like positive reinforcement is important. It's not always like a lifelong thing, but it must be at least important when they're young while they're still figuring out their own language, let alone ours. Okay, so we have to want to rerun a command from before. I know this one, like this, and work makes it really nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and alacrity. Wait, wait. I've also learned that if I every so often just will reinforce wait, then he'll stay. But if I don't say anything for a while, he's gonna either he just get up and start roaming, or I've also started to see him do a belly crawl. Like, for example, if I'm like trying to clean his crate, but I need him to stay in one place, I'll put him in a down stay position. But he really wants to see what my hands are doing, and it probably also smells a lot. So he'll start belly crawling over because he's technically down. And I'm just like, dude, come on, bro, for real. Really? Okay, alacrity. I don't, what's so special about alacrity? Okay. Ogu, no. Down, down. Yeah, down, down. Thank you. Good boy. Yes. Yes, good boy. Good job. Here, you get a snack. Oh, it's real good. Gotta reach in my purse. There you go. Good boy. Yes. You listen. You know, grandma always keep a little candy in her purse. Every time I get my little puppy a snack, it's always in my like little what's it, waist bag or whatever, my little treat bag. I like reaching in my purse to grab a little snack, a little sneaky snack. Everybody loves a little sticky snack from time to time, here and again, now and then. Everybody loves a sneaky snack. Okay, so I understand all of this. I still remember all this. I mean, none of this stuff right here is new. I'm like looking for things I don't know. So that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I've already done all. Did I complete this course? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I'm right here. Okay, so there was a part of this though where Down. Okay, you're good. I thought you was up. My bad. My bad. There was a part of this where they wanted me to install something. Heard it. Here it is. So I gotta put this. Oh man, see, I don't like it when they start giving me like things to put where access is. No, down, sit, down. Good boy. Yes, thank you. Um, I know what all this does, but I generally don't like it when there's lots of like pseudo um type of things. Oh, that was wrong. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I don't like it when I'm doing a tutorial or anything and they're like, yeah, put all these commands in to change privileges and sudo and I'm just like, I don't please. I, makes me nervous. Makes me real nervous. Okay, so I think this is what I needed. Ooh, where did I Ogu, right here. Right here. No, right here. Sit down. Down. Wait. You only got like 20 more minutes to be up, bro. You should chill because you're going to bed. You gotta go. I gotta take you to take a potty break, and then that's it. That's really it for the night. And you're gonna have a little chill time, and then another potty break just to make sure we got the remainder, and then you're done for the night, bro. Little bro. I call my dog bro. Um, I don't like to think of myself as my dog's owner. I think of myself as like my dog's big bro. I don't like the word owner. You know what I mean? Like as a black person, some what about that feels kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I actually did this command in a place where I don't think I actually wanted to do this. Um, yeah, I'm gonna um down. Yes, wait. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna try to do this. I don't I get nervous with this move command. So I can do tilde and we're gonna move World Bank to slash code slash. Oh, that is a command I almost never do, and it's not even that complicated, but for some reason it always makes me nervous. I think because when you start moving things, it is a destructive act, and if you do it wrong, there's no undo when it comes to the terminal part, unless I don't know about that. Ooh, that's a good question. Sit. No, I mean you try to catch me when I'm not paying down. I'm always gonna be one step ahead of you, bro. And I got lightning reflexes. I'm psychic. I've been with you your whole life except for the first 8 weeks. I know everything you're thinking about to do. I could sense your action before you even take the first step. Little broski. It's true. It's like something hits me spiritually before you even do anything. And I know. I can tell. You don't believe me? Test me. Test me out and see. Okay, broski? Me and my dog have a real relationship. I'm so glad I got a dog, by the way. This is my emotional support pet. It's like a fur dad. It's my fur baby. Okay, so now that I got that set up, I think I can just go back to where I was. Yeah, as soon as I start talking, down. As soon as I start talking, he wants to get up because he thinks, I don't know what he thinks. He probably thinks I'm talking to him. Oh, another thing I've learned about dogs, at least my dog, is that dogs don't necessarily understand the words you say. They understand like the entire picture, the gestalt of the command, which can include body language. Did I just do that in the wrong place? Yeah, I did. Um, down, down. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm not gonna do anything. I want you to go down though. So sit, sit, down, down, wait. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, what I learned about dogs is like they don't really necessarily pay attention to your words, or they may not know what your words mean in isolation, because when you give them a command or teach them a command, they're learning it with your body language included. And sometimes the body language is the part that is more meaningful in terms of directing their behavior, especially when it comes to motion-based commands like sit, down, spin, stuff like that. Because usually the way you teach them those types of things is by giving them like a hand command or have them follow your hand like with the lure with food. And so, a large part of teaching a dog is remapping down, remapping from that physical gesture based command to a verbal command. But they have to learn to hear your words and distinguish them, and that takes a while. And I feel like that's kind of the phase we're in right now. Like he's probably struggling with some ambiguity of the meaning of words as I've like sort of started to remove the hand gesture from the. But I find hand gestures create the strongest response. Down, Ogu, down. Yeah, the longer you wait, the more likely you are to get a treat. And I know you want a treat. I know you always want a treat, bro. Every single time. You'll never deny yourself. Okay. So let's see. Change it to. Okay, so I gotta do. Down, down. Yes, wait. I'm gonna give you a treat if you can wait 15 seconds without getting up at all. Okay? You got 10 seconds left. You got 5 seconds left. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Okay, you made it. Look, you made it. I'm gonna keep some treats right here. You can have one half of a treat. Okay? You don't want to mess this up, bro. I got you on these treats. And you don't know what I got up here. It could be anything. I need to get your chew toy. That's what you probably need to have right now too. Okay, your tracking information. Okay. Credits history dot text. Okay. Okay, so just paste this whole thing into there. Yes, good boy. You're still down there. Yes, good job. There you go. It's been interesting too. I'm trying to teach my dog how to take little tiny bites instead of chomping down. And he's like just now getting his adult teeth, so they kind of stick out like they're bigger than all his other teeth. But he just sometimes he takes like these little tiny bites, and I can tell he's trying so hard to be delicate. It's hilarious. Seeing a dog go through puberty is funny as hell, especially a big dog like mine. He is so like, I don't know. Dogs definitely have like an awkward phase like humans do. He like sometimes I can see he's not even used to like how big his own body is or how long his own legs are. Like I'll see him lay down and it's almost like he didn't even think to like adjust his body to make sense to lay down. Like his feet will be all like I'm like, bro, you look like a squid. Okay, so we make a directory. Okay, so during your assignment digging, you probably find that the peers file appears, but make sure you're in. Oh, I already did this. Oh wait, did I skip something? I must have skipped something when I did this earlier. I must have skipped the touch section. Down, down. Thank you, good boy. The copy command does what you would hopefully expect. It copies a file from one location to another. But you can also use it to rename a file. So R probably means like recursive or something. Anyways, take a look inside of the bank private transactions. Okay. Okay, so we got to copy 2020. Oh shoot, I did that wrong. I should have copied. Okay, down. Yes, good boy. I'm not going to give you a treat for getting down. I'm going to give you a treat for staying down. Okay, so we need to copy this. CP 2020 backups. Okay. And so I need down. Yes, good boy. I got my clicker here too. Yes, good boy. Yes. Wait. Okay, so we can always go back to the home directory. Yes, good boy. Wait. Okay, so this refers to the workspace folder, the namespace or the names.csv file, and a workspace directory, and the root directory, and the home directory. Okay. You know what? I could have been popping my XP potions. It's fine. I could have did my XP potion for all of those, to be honest, because these are all like real easy, simple ones. Am I almost done? Oh no, I have this. Okay, I'm only on chapter 2. Yeah, let's look precocious here. Okay. The most basic. I'm almost done with this though. This chapter. Yes, good boy. Wait. Good job. You never know what you're going to get. I could have more treats. I could be completely out. You never know, bro. But I'm sure you want to find out. It's only one way to find out is by staying in your down position, broski. Okay, so grep. Oh, I don't have that. Okay. Okay. So we need to go to down. You broke your streak, bro. You broke your streak. Okay. Okay, so I can do yes, good boy. So I can do grep private slash logs slash two one oh log oh, and I need to go back to the beginning. I messed this up. Looking for critical. Oh, yeah, I be grepping and stepping, repping and stepping and repping. Okay, Bluetooth. Who's Boots? The cat? Boots the cat. Server's on fire. Please evacuate. Someone remove down. Ah, yeah, yeah. Sit down. Sit down. Yes. Wait. When I'm telling him this, I'm doing like sit because this was like I used to put my hand above his head so that he would follow it and go into a sit position. So he remembers this. Sit, sit. Yeah, no, down. And then I do this. I do this because I used to put food in my hand and pull it towards the ground so he would follow. And that's how I learned, or that's how he learned to do the down position. So he still remembers his hand signal. You're so bored and melancholic, are you? You're such an emo. I think German Shepherds and Huskies are considered to be like the more um, expressive of the dog breeds in terms of like they will. My dog will definitely whine and complain. Like sometimes it feels like we're arguing. It's like I'll be like, "Oh, stop, stop, don't do that, leave it," and he's like, and I can hear like the different emotions in his barks and stuff. It's kind of funny. And I'm sure my neighbors are like, actually, my neighbors have come and commented to me before. Right here. Sit, sit, down, down. Wait. My neighbors have come and commented to me when I'm outside with him, and they're like, "Oh my God, you do such a good job! Like you spend so much time with your dog. Like you're doing the right thing. You're really bonding." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is interesting," because I think a lot of people do not have patience with their dogs down. But it does bother me sometimes, like the stubbornness. But at the same time, like I feel like the reason why I got a dog is because I wanted to challenge myself and also have like a sense of commitment to the process. And I know like structure is important, structure and consistency. So I don't mind going back and forth with him and like down, no, sit, down, wait. I don't mind going through all of this with him because it's teaching me a lot about like leadership and all that kind of stuff. I'm a pack leader, you know what I'm saying? I'm an alpha wolf. Woof, 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 woof. Ow. So it's teaching me a lot. Yes, good boy. Wait. I do get like a little awkward and shy about like being in like dog dad mode in front of other people though. Because like with certain dog breeds, you have to be a little stern in the voice. It's not like a sit, oh, sit, sit, sit. I mean, you can do that, but your dog is, some dogs are just gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? But if you say sit, sit in a very sharp way and make sure the word is very distinctly pronounced so that they can hear all the letters and not get it confused. It sounds a little intense. Down, down. Yes, good boy. Wait. I feel like it sounds very aggressive, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just like in my head about it, but I'm still getting used to the idea of just trying to be consistent, whether I'm in public or in private, about my tone and the way that I sit down, down, bro. We actually over time. we're actually over. We should have been taking you out 3 minutes ago and put you in bed, but I know you don't want to go to bed quite yet. Okay, still. So yeah, just being consistent through and through, no matter where I am, the circumstance, situation. Because if you are not consistent, your dog is going to find those opportunities when you're not the same, and they will not be the same either. So you're gonna get this sit down, no matter where we are. I'm gonna say it the same way I'll say it anywhere, all the time. You know what I'm saying? When we go to the cafe, sometimes I'm just like, "Ogu, sit." Because he like wants to like jump and bark at other dogs and stuff. And I've seen enough Caesar down, sit, sit, down, down. I've seen enough Caesar Milan. I know. I've seen enough Caesar Milan on YouTube. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels now. To know like you have to learn to use the voice. Because if you use the voice, then if you use the voice and train your dog to really respond and listen verbally, then you don't have to like grab your dog and do a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I got this part. Wait, I know you're about to get up. Don't do it. Okay, so we can just take this. Nope. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Down. Down. Wait. Mr. Attitude, you're over here getting real sassy, Bo. Yeah, I know you're very tired. Another thing my dog will do too is like he'll go like this. Like if I tell him to sit, he really doesn't want to sit. He'll go, and I'm like, step up, big dude. Come on, bro. Come at me. I don't respond to it, obviously, but it is like, dude, I know you're venting your frustration and that little chomp down. As long as you don't chomp on me, down. He's never done it, bro, but I'm just like, yeah, you're ready to go. I know. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna paste this in. Come here. Come here. We're done. You don't have to lay down. We're gonna go outside in a second. So I'm just gonna paste this in here, and then I'm gonna take a little break and put him down, and then I think I'm done. Um, for a moment at least to take a break. Oh wait, did I do something wrong? Oh, do I have extra space in there? Oh, okay. I was supposed to do all the logs. Okay, so we could just do this. No. Um. Oh, excuse me. So it needs to be -R for a recursive search. See, you're making me mess up, bro. Little bro, little broski. You did good in all those downs. Thank you for listening to me individually for like a whole 10 seconds each. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I finished that question. I'm about to take him out to do like a quick potty a quick potty break. And then, bro, what are you doing? Ugh, don't do that. I'm taking him to have a quick potty break and then put him in his crate for a pre-bed chill out session. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so give me like 15. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm back. And I got my green screen back up too, so uh yeah. So now he is in his little pre-bedtime cool down. And then I'm gonna take him out again. Uh it's like 30 minutes. At like 7:40, 7:45. Just to make sure I need to see him poop one more time before I put him down for the night. Because if he doesn't poop before he goes to bed, then I gotta go back and get him again. Well, in like another 30 minutes. So yeah. I made the mistake of not double checking his bowels the other day. Ooh, ah, oh my God. I've never seen literally the grossest experience of my entire existence in life. And I was like sitting there cleaning out. I'm not even gonna tell you how bad it was. I had to clean out his whole crate though. And I had to spray every surface in there down. Just it's called bomb exploded. And in that moment I realized, I don't even clean my own shit like this. I don't even clean my own shit like this. So I must really love you. Or at least if I have done all of this, this is the proof, the evidence. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no other convincing after this, okay, little bro? I can't think of many human beings I would even do this for, bro. And your dog. Somehow it seems more, I don't know, it seems less weird the fact that you're a dog. Because I know I would not clean up another human being's shit. And I'm over here cleaning up your stuff. I'm on my knees in the middle of the night when I should be going to bed. In the bed. Should have bit in the bed. I'm cleaning up after you, bro. For real. Sometimes I look at my dog and I'm just like, good thing you're so cute because Lordy Lord, this would be a very, very difficult experience to go through if you weren't adorable. like like if you were like a pug or something, I would just be like, damn, you ugly and you also pooped everywhere. Come on, bro. For real. You can be at least a little bit cute if you gonna shit in your crate. Okay. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Okay, so let's do this. So we're doing the find section right now. It's the last one. After this, I think I actually might even be done with the stream because I want to do something else that's not streamable. I want to watch the tutorial video, and I don't know the policy around watching other people's videos in your own stream. Actually, let me look it up right now, really quick. Um, Maybe I should ask Claude and then go look on the YouTube documentation. I just want to ask Claude to see if I can get some generic information that it knows. Okay. Okay. Linking to their original video, only showing small portions. So I can't like sit here and watch the whole thing. I think I'm gonna try it. Um, Let me do this. I'm gonna go to the stream that I want to watch. I'm gonna grab the link. I'm gonna put the link in the video. Um, because I've also been, this is the tutorial I've been doing even for this whole stream. So it's not like it would be weird to put it in there. Um, Let me update this right now. So if you're watching for whatever reason, just look down in the comments and you can find the tutorial that I'm using to do this. You know what? I'll even throw in the link to the Vim, to the Neovim configuration that I'm using. I'm using this one called Kickstart. This one here. So it's a starting point. It's not like super configured. The only thing beyond this that I've done is I've added some Golang plugins and configurations that I got from Claude, but only like the ones that are like necessary. So originally I was doing the Doom Neovim configuration, and it was just way too much. It's like it had all the bells and whistles, and it wasn't even useful because it was just more than I knew what to do with. And I just found more success in like scaling it back to just this. So, yep, I'm just gonna drop the link for this in the description right now as well. Doing this off screen. I don't want you all in my business. And there is a GitHub repo that has the text for the Vim tutor thing I was using earlier. But if you get Neovim on your computer, you can just do it without having to go anywhere online. But I'm going to put the link to that in here as well. We'll put that in there as well. Okay, so cool. And now it said to contact the person. That's like the best thing to do. I don't know. I mean, maybe I can okay. You know, let's see if there's a I'll subscribe. I haven't done that. I guess that's probably something I should do. How do I send a message to a YouTuber though? Oh, he has a German Shepherd too. Hey, we part of the club. We part of the German Shepherd club. This German Shepherd is beautiful. Oh, his German Shepherd is really grandiose. Oh, he does a lot of the same thing that I do. I see he's a streamer too. I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna leave it with what I have, and I'm not gonna watch the whole video, but I will just do like little parts. Oh, there goes my dog in his bark fest. It is the extinction burst of tiredness and fatigue right before he is off to La La Land like clockwork. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna bring this video on this screen so you can all check it out. And I forget where I was in this video, but I'm gonna like watch it and pause and take notes. So I think that's like my way of transforming the content or something like that. Do I have a Neovim? Uh, okay. Okay, so I got my note-taking software over here. Ooh, you know it'd be nice if I could get like an Emac or a Neovim um markdown renderer so I could see my so I could like write markdown in Neovim, but also see it in a preview mode. That would be great because then I'd have more chance to practice, but that's fine. I'll figure that out later on. Or maybe there's some Neovim key bindings. Are there key bindings for Neovim in Obsidian? That sounds like a tangent. Let's chase it. Where are my settings? I have not used the plugins in so long. I find that every time I add a plugin, they just make it a native feature. It doesn't even seem like there's a point. So is there a Neovim? Oh, I gotta check for the browse tab. Oh, so you can edit the file? Okay. Oh, there's a Obsidian Neovim plugin. Sorry, that was very dramatic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is nice. Here, I'll let y'all see. I'm not gonna do this right now, but yeah, this is really nice. So you get a bunch of commands as well that you can use to help with making Markdown through Obsidian's plugin. So if I could use Obsidian without using their interface, that'd be really interesting. But for now, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm learning like that I have this newfound desire to customize all of my stuff on my computer to really make it tailored towards me and more efficient and all that stuff. But it is like I can see how it could be an endless well of chasing the dragon. Okay, so I need to watch this video. I'm gonna mute this other sound. We no longer need that. And we're gonna watch this and we're gonna take some notes. And
And we
sorry
should
for the
trust
political
women to make
advertisement.
their own decisions about their health care, not
Absolutely.
politicians.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fighting to make Roe v. Wade the law of the
Okay.
land. Let's get it done.
Amy Klobuchar is a local
As I'm
politician.
in the midst
I
of
think she might be um, one of the more popular people in politics, at least where I live. But,
applying for
anyways, that's not
residency
what this
right
is
now.
about.
Wish me luck.
I'm gonna
Grammarly has
watch these
again been a
advertisements.
lifesaver with my application and helping me.
I need to get whatever that like version of YouTube is. Was it YouTube Pro or something? Is it this? I'm not gonna try it for free though. Okay. I don't want to try it for free. Okay. So I was
tutor and press enter.
right
When you
here.
manual, the last thing I want to point out before I read, you can listen right here to me reading the entire manual. The last thing I want to point out before we start looking at the code is that
Okay.
throughout the init Lua, I've left little.
Oh wait, here, let's do this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it like that. Maybe we can do a full screen, and it's like that.
Notes like this with bright green text. Each time you see one, it's going to
Oh wait, no,
introduce
no,
a
no.
new
This is gonna
concept
bother
or
me. Notes belong on the right side. You see how picky I could be? I love it every moment of it. Okay, there we go.
idea that's very important to your configuration. So make sure that you understand them and are paying attention when you see them, especially when you manual. The last thing I want to point out before we start looking at the code is that throughout the init Lua, I've left little notes like this with bright green text. Each time you see one, it's going to introduce a new concept or idea that's very important to your configuration, so make sure that you understand them and are paying attention. If you didn't know what I meant when I said something like help Lua guide, then you definitely want to do.
Okay, maybe this is telling me I need to have my actual terminal there. Let's just do this then. Wait, I don't want to use this terminal. I want to use this terminal. Yeah, GPU acceleration, whatever that means. It just sounds fancy. Okay.
Do the next step, which is you want to run tutor inside Neovim.
I
When I
did
say
that.
run inside Neovim,
That's why I was
what I
doing
mean
it,
is
because
you
you told me
first press
to, bro.
escape to make sure you're in normal mode. You press colon. Notice now we're in
Okay.
command mode.
Yes.
We type out tutor and press enter.
Did that.
When you do this, you will enter the Neovim tutorial. If you've never opened Neovim or you don't know anything about it, this is a really, really good place to start. And the most
That's what it was.
important
That's
piece
what
of
we did. That's what it
information that you learn
was.
from here
And
is
all of
how you
that.
can finally quit. Once you've completed tutor, or if you already knew the Neovim basics, then the next thing that you need to do, even if you're a bit more experienced in Neovim, is just run help by itself. This
Yeah, I
is a
did that
really
earlier, too.
important document that can tell you a lot of information about navigating, exploring, and understanding what is in the help. Throughout the rest of this init Lua, I've left various comments telling you where to look in the help. And if you're exploring something new and you don't quite know where to go, we have included a nice shortcut, which is space SH, for searching through the help. So in this case, we could look for something like lazy install,
What?
and we could press enter and go to find out more information.
What? Okay. Now, that's what I'm talking about right there. How do I go up and down in this? Is it my... Oh, that's just... How do I go up and down? Oh, I gotta use my arrow keys. That's cool. I like that. How do I escape? Okay, there we go.
Information about the installation of lazy or whatever it is the topic you're looking for. But this is a key and very, very important aspect of your Neovim journey is you need to learn how to grok the help. We
Okay.
always love telling people, read the friendly manual. And if you don't want to read, you can listen.
This brings me to a good point because asking for help is pretty important. And if your computer can help you, then ask your computer. I'm really guilty of not using the NCLI documentation for things. I don't know why, but I've always just been like very like repulsed by it. But that's low key like one of the most useful resources because you don't have to go to the internet if that documentation is just available in the same place that you're working in.
Right here to me reading the entire manual. The last thing I want to point out before we start looking at the code is that throughout the init Lua, I've left little notes like this with bright green text. Each time you see one, it's going to introduce a new concept or idea that's very important to your configuration, so make sure that you understand them and are paying attention when you see them, especially when you are reading through this config after you're done watching the video. The first thing that we configure is the leader key, which is effectively a namespace for all.
Okay. So I have an init Lua. Nope. No. Dot big. No, I did that wrong. I was about to say I don't have one of them, but I do. Okay. Okay, let's watch.
Of your custom key maps. In our case, we already went over how space SH searches the help. And you can see that if I press space, I get this pop-up that tells me something about the key maps we already have set up. If I press S, we get to search. And then now you can see that the H right here is for help. So space SH gets us to here.
Oh, I
Once
can search
again,
my
if you
key
wanted to read
maps
more about leader, you could just type
as well. Okay. How do I? Oh, that's not it. Oh, That's not it. I'm just pressing keys right now. Okay, that didn't do it what I wanted. Add surrounding, delete surrounding. Okay, so all that's there. That's cool. Space S. What else can I search? Oh, you can search your Neovim files. Space S. Oh, nope. I did something. I'm very sloppy with my keyboard. I've learned. This is something I've learned from just having to do live coding in front of students, but yeah, I'm just very sloppy with my typing in general. And that didn't open up what I wanted it to. Started. I want this to open up space S. Oh, N, lowercase n. Okay. Oh, so I can open up all of my files for it here without having to. That is nice. Would this work if I were not in that directory? Space S N. It still does. So this is how I can always get to my Lua file. I like it. I like it a lot. How do I close out a tab in Wes? Close tab. Uh, oh, Command W. Yes. Bow. Bling blow. Bling blow. Okay. Yes. Oh, I lost my studio. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. My bad. Eesh. Oh, hey Marcos. Um, I think I'd rather be too hot. The question in the chat is like, what's worse, being too hot or too cold? I would rather be hot. I'm a thin person. I don't have a lot uh insulation, okay? In the winter, I feel like I have a consistent shakiness about me all throughout the entirety of my being, including spiritually as well. I feel spiritually cold in the wintertime. And I can't handle it. It's just too much. Too much for my fragile, delicate thinness.
Type leader in and
Okay,
press enter. As you know, Neovim's a very configurable editor,
it
which
is.
means we have a lot of different
So I guess
ways
I'm
to
going to be working
control the
through
functionality
this
inside Neovim.
as my
One
next
of the
thing.
primary ways that that happens is through options. I'm not going to go over each of the options. You
Okay,
can go ahead
please
and
don't.
read through the
That's too
descriptions if you
much.
want,
Too
but we try
much.
and set some good defaults for you for the experience that you might expect normally when you open up a random text editor. The
Yes.
important things for you to know are that you can use vim.opt to set those options from inside of Lua. And you can even test that by running things like Lua
So this is Lua
vim.opt.numbers, and
code.
instead of setting it to true,
Lua
you can
code.
set it to false, and you'll see that that removes our number column. Key maps
Okay.
are an essential part of the Neovim experience. You might be more familiar with them conceptually as something like keyboard shortcuts, but the difference is key maps don't always have to have all of the buttons pressed down at once. They can be a sequence of keys. For
Okay.
example, DD deletes a line, and you can undo that deletion, which you
Yes.
should have learned about in Tutor.
I
Here
did.
we're going to
I
create a
showed
few of
it.
our
Show
own
enough
key
for
maps to
real.
start extending Neovim to work in the way that we want it to work. So a very simple one would be something like, let's say we have an error in our code. I don't have a function called ASDF.
Yes.
What I can do is in normal mode, I can press right bracket D, and that's going to call the function vim.diagnostic.goToNext. And when I do that, so I'm going to press right caret D, my cursor will move to that line and display the diagnostics or error messages for that line. Each of the key maps works exactly the same way, where we specify the mode, the left-hand side, which is the
Okay.
keys we're going to press, the right-hand side, which is the keys or functions that will be executed, and then we pass some options to do things like giving it a description, making a buffer local, or more, which you'll see later throughout the configuration. And just to be clear,
So I feel
there's
like I'm gonna
nothing
have to. Let
magical
me
about
pause
what's
this.
happening in the key.
I feel like what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be trying to learn how to use Neovim to code in Golang as my intention is. And I'm going to have this init.lua file open so that I can read all of the custom stuff that is available to me that is not, wait, unless this stuff is, maybe this stuff is in the documentation. Was it space S A? I don't know if the custom stuff is in here though. That's the thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're added here. So square bracket D right here, jump to previous diagnostic. And then the other bracket, where's that one? Jump to next diagnostic and jump to previous diagnostic. Okay. That didn't work. Oh, it's space. Space E. It's not in there. Do y'all see it? I don't see it. I don't see it. I see that one. Seems like I have only one of these. It's okay though. Let's see what I got in here. Oh, it's because I only have that one key map. I don't have the other one that he has. Okay. So what I'm learning from this is that this is not a literal guide for the actual thing I have here. I don't know when this video was made. 7 months ago. And let's see what version I'm using. This is probably updated from when this is probably updated from when the video was originally created. Oh, nope, that's not it. Oh, is it this one right here? I think it's this one. Updated 3 days ago. Ugh, I can't speak right. I have a lazy tongue. They say that. I trip over my words a lot. Okay, so this is the actual thing I have. I want to see I could probably see the version history if I open this in VS Code, but oh, here it is. I could just click this. I could just click this one. Let's I just want to see the difference between when it was originally created, or at least a long time ago. Let's go back to last October. Okay. I guess he must be showing us his on his computer because it is definitely not the one that's in
Map. If we
the
ran
actual repo.
luavim.diagnostic.goToNext and we call this function from the Lua command line, we're going to have the exact same experience as if we had typed those keys.
Okay, so these are like aliases.
Exactly the same. It's just about adding them to your fingertips instead of to the command line. Now that we're able to add functionality to our keystrokes, another important feature is being able to add functionality to when particular events are fired by Neovim. This is really similar to something like event listeners in JavaScript, but we call them auto commands in Neovim because they automatically run some commands. In this case, the first one that I want to show you is what gives us this functionality that if we do something like YAP and we yank around the paragraph, we get that little highlight which shows the region that we just yanked. This is really helpful because sometimes it's not clear. I yank this line, or I yank J, or I yank till Y. It's really nice to get that little bit of feedback that shows you what was previously yanked. So how does this happen? The first thing is that we have to tell Neovim what event we want to listen to. That's this text.
Okay. So what I'm getting from this is that you really have two, at least so far, two different ways to modify your experience with Neovim. One is that you can essentially make these, I can't remember if he called them scripts, but basically you can store commands that you would otherwise have to type as key commands. So this whole like vim.diagnostic.set local list, you could type this in down below in command mode, or you could just do leader Q. And this key map here is what allows for that. And it sounds like the second thing he's talking about is these auto commands. And these auto commands basically will, um, did he say like, yeah, so basically we're going to be listening for an event and then doing something in addition. So this one here is for yank. Yank is as basically the same thing as copy. Um, so it can copy whatever's highlighted, and then when that happens, um, whatever this NVIM create auto group thing does, that's that's what's going to happen. I'm guessing. I don't know about this one. I think this was a little easier. So this one here is going to be listening for. What is this doing? Oh, this is just plugin. Okay. Okay, I guess he only has one of the auto commands in here.
Text yank post, which happens after we've yanked text. We give it a description. We have to tell what J or a yank till Y. It's really nice to get that little bit of feedback that shows you what was previously yanked. So how does this happen?
Yeah.
The first thing is that we have to tell Neovim what event we want to listen to. That's this text yank post, which
Okay.
happens
So this is adding the
we've yanked
highlight.
text. We give it a description, which just helps us know, hey, this is what it is in case you forget later.
I can't imagine not
We have a
having that.
group, and this helps
That'd be
us
so
prevent
annoying to not
duplicate
know what you just
listeners.
copied, or like if
you've
you weren't
used
paying
event
attention
listeners
fully,
before and
you
you
like
call
forget.
something like registering an event listener twice, you end up running the code twice, which is not what we want to do, and groups help prevent that. And
Wait,
lastly,
say it again.
you end up running the before and you call group, and this helps us prevent duplicate listeners. If you've used event listeners before and you call something like registering an event listener twice, you end up running the code twice, which is not what we want to do, and groups help prevent that. What it is in case you forget later. We have a group, and this helps us prevent duplicate listeners. If you've used event listeners before and you call something like registering an event listener twice, you end up running the code.
Let me go to Claude and ask about that. Can you explain? Please explain. Can I paste from there? I can't. Evan, create art group. Tell me about that. How about that? Catch me outside. Oh, hey, you still here? Oh, hey, what's up? Since I got to set diagnostic stuff in my LSP2, just configured a brand new one. This is so similar to Emacs. In Emacs, these autocompletes or whatever are called hooks. Okay, auto commands, my bad. This is dope watching you because I've been low-key curious, but too lazy to do all this stuff. Yo, okay. When you were doing your Emacs, I wish we could like do like a thing where we could stream together. But when you were doing your Emacs setup, and I think that was like almost a year ago. That was like last like December or something, I think. But when you were doing that, I was also trying to set up the Neovim thing, and I ran into so many issues, kind of like what you were running into. I just gave up. I didn't even. I had like a really weird, messed up version. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore this for now because I don't have time. And then something came over me yesterday, and I just sat with it for like 3 hours, and like I kept redoing it over and over again. And Claude kind of helped a lot, a whole lot actually. And I got it working. And once I was able to get the actual install, then I felt the confidence to start trying. But I think the installation, which was just was not it was not friendly. Like I don't know how people learned to code in Emacs or inside of Neovim like a long time ago back in the day, like when they didn't have as many options, but I can just only imagine how much brain power you would have to be able to do Emacs or Neovim as like a part of your learning, your initial learning. Yeah. Are you running are you running the version of Emacs that is like a pre-built configuration, or are you doing it as a, I don't know, what do they call it? Like a clean vanilla installation? Okay, let me read this while I wait. Um, Let me clarify what you're asking about. It sounds like you want to stream yourself. Oh, this is the wrong question. Okay. Okay. So this it's a Neovim API function that creates or gets an auto command group. An auto command group helps organize related auto commands together and makes it easier to manage them. Okay, so this is an auto command group. Okay. But what does the group do? Name of the auto command group, table. The clear boolean. If true, removes all existing auto commands in the group. Okay. Um, Prevents duplicate auto commands when reloading the config. So does that mean like if I were to accidentally have the same, let's ask. So if I were to accident define the same um, auto command, having them in a group would duplicate the same auto command in my inits.lua. Having them in an auto group would prevent them from both running. Is that what you had meant? Okay, let's check the chat. No, okay, cool. You know, I think that it's so dope that you set up your own configuration. I wish I had the patience to do that kind of thing. I'm trying to stretch myself right now more because I feel like in order to be like a Giga Chad, Big Chin, you know, freaking Hembo 10x programmer or whatever they call those things. In order to be all of that, you kind of have to like get to the point where you start customizing things. Oh, and also, yes, you brought up the keyboard thing. I ordered the new keyboard today, and the one I got was the what's it called? The Moonlander keyboard. This is the one I got. I bought this one. I bought the white one. It was like 300 something dollars. Oh, wow. It was expensive. But I have been having like just very subtle repetitive strain injury in my wrists and in my forearms for a long time. And it's never been truly bothersome to the degree where I've had to seek medical attention. But I don't want it to get there. And I sort of started to think to myself, like the whole reason why I'm learning Neovim is partially because I want to increase my output by being able to simply just do a faster process than VS Code. And I'm also going to eventually change my keyboard configuration to either Dvorak or what was the other one? Probably Dvorak, but there's another one. What was the other one called? Um, well, I can't remember it. So oh, it's called Colmac. So I was thinking about either changing to Dvorak or Colmac because then I could type a lot faster. So if I could type faster and also organize my keys in a way that's more conducive for the Vim experience, like even customizing where my keys are in my layout, I'm going to be typing a lot faster, which I think would make me more prone to repetitive strain injury. So if I have a more appropriate keyboard that's ergonomic, then I can increase the speed of my typing and my productivity without damaging my physical body. That's my thought process. So I don't know. That keyboard looks dope. Yeah, yeah. Yep. And I love watching people do like Emacs or NeoVim code or Vim coding on YouTube streams, and they just seem like they're just flying through stuff. And I want to be able to do that one day, but not at the risk of my hands. And I can sometimes it just feels like such a soreness like right here and right here. And I also draw in paint too, so I feel like that combination is not good.
code twice, which is not what we want to do.
Oh yeah, let's go back and read what this said. Yes. So I asked it, basically, it seems like by putting things in groups, if you define the same auto command multiple times, then the fact that it's in the same group would mean that it does not run as a duplicate. And it says here, yes, but an important detail, it only prevents duplication if you use clear true in the options when you create the group. Here's an example. Okay, so this one is two different named auto commands, but they are the same auto command. They have different names. Okay. No, they have the same name, but they are in the same group. Okay. Okay. This kind of reminds me of in Redux, like the way that this is working here by being a listener and then putting things in groups and then it only runs one. It kind of reminds me of the way that Redux handles the listeners for dispatches and sagas, where you can choose to you can choose to only listen to like the last one, or you can choose to listen to all incoming ones, like take last or take all. It kind of reminds me of like that pattern, not necessarily like that code, but like just the pattern of how that works with listeners. So that's pretty cool. So as long as you have clear equals true, then you can prevent those duplicate things from occurring. Like it. Love it. Need some more of it. Let's continue.
And groups help prevent that. And lastly, we have our callback, which actually says, hey, after we've had this event, please execute this code or this command in a sense. And that's what all the commands are. We have a few more throughout the configuration
I need
that
to
you'll
find a
see, but
way
all of
to
them
put the
follow this
chat
general
like
pattern
in the
of
actual
registering
stream.
to an event and then calling some
I'm gonna
particular
figure that
command.
out at some
Everything
point
we've
soon.
done up until now has been useful in the base default configuration for Neovim. It doesn't install anything else. But there's a lot of really awesome and exciting plugins and people working throughout the Neovim ecosystem, creating really helpful tools for you to be more productive and, in my opinion, have more fun. So to do that, we're going to install a plugin manager. You don't have to worry exactly what each of these lines do, but ultimately this just checks to see if you have lazy nvim installed, and if not, it installs it for you. This is how we get that startup sequence that just magically starts bootstrapping itself. So this is sort of the
Yeah.
bootstrapping of the plugin manager. And
That
after
happened the
we
first time that
bootstrap
I
that,
installed
then we can
this.
start
When I first
configuring
ran
and
Neovim, it
installing
like has
plugins.
this
Now
screen
that
where it's like
Neovim
downloading
has
a bunch of
lazy
stuff.
installed, we can use it to update, install, and check the status of different plugins. So we can run lazy and we get this nice menu.
Let's do it. Okay, cool.
We can check different things like installing plugins if there are any not installed. We can check for updates by pressing capital U. We can check to profile to see how long it took for lazy to start up. Each of these items is explained in more detail inside of Help Lazy, but the main one that you would
Okay.
probably want
You
to do
know,
as
let me
you're
just say one thing. I think I must have some PTSD or something because anytime I see red inside of a terminal, my heart goes faster. I'm like, oh my God, I broke something. Like, is this a bug? Is this a stack? Oh my God, what's going on? Like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't install Kickstart Neovim correctly. Damn, back to the drawing board. My brain went there just for a brief second and I almost had a panic attack. But I think I'm good. So I just so I had stuff that wasn't installed, maybe. Seems like. Okay. Well, that's cool. So I can check. What does that do? I'm just pushing buttons at this point. Okay, that just checked all my things and stuff. Okay. What does this mean? L? Okay, it's a log of all the stuff I've done. Oh, that's nice. I wish I knew. Okay, so you can just go through this the same way you would a regular Vim file. Okay. 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 Cool beans. So what else?
start experimenting is just lazy update, which allows you to get the updated plugins from your configuration. You can always roll back by snapshotting or using the other tools available inside lazy to keep your config safe and secure while you're experimenting with new ideas. There's a variety.
Oh, speaking of that, I definitely need to make a repo to store my configuration for for Neovim right now because I did it for my Doom setup as well, so I could always bring that back, but I need to do it for this setup too. And I feel like I'm gonna forget. I should make a note for myself. Let's check the chat. Um, yeah, I like the computer mouse, and I prefer to have one that is like a stationary trackball one. I just don't have that one at home. I have that one at work, and I don't know, I've kind of got used to having it there. But I don't know, there's just something, this is like a purely aesthetic thing, purely aesthetic, shallow to next lead hacker thing. I've just always admired people who can just work without a keyboard. And I think also like when I was younger, my early experiences with the computer were like I think it was called like a DOS experience. Basically, before I'm not that old, but my family had like a really old computer when I was growing up, so like I still had the chance to kind of experience that a little bit. And I remember that being like such a nostalgic experience for me, like in memory at least. So there's just something like kind of compelling about just being able to like be like a keyboard ninja, so to speak. It says, by the way, in Emacs, I'm sure in Vim too, there's a command console and it shows you the commands you type. Yeah, would be good. So do you mean like a reference for the commands, or do you mean like the commands you typed in the past? Also, how do I exit this thing here? I don't know how to exit it. Oh, Q. Yeah. There's a way. So like if I press space or like other things like S, oh, that's the wrong one. S. No, no, no. I did it wrong. Undo, undo, undo. So if I do space S or things like that, sometimes there are things where it'll give me like a menu or set of options. So I can kind of like use this if I forget the exact combination. But I don't know if there's a way other than the search to find the key maps. Like here's all the key maps, but there's a ton in here. A command console that shows the commands you type would be good. I don't know. I don't know if there is one like that. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. Like something on the screen that other people can see what I'm hitting when I'm. Yeah, so y'all can see how awkward I am. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it. Stream friendly commands viewable Neovim. That might be a plugin. It sounds like a plugin. I'm seeing something on. Okay, it's on the official Neovim Reddit thread. It's called Live Command. Here, I'll just put it on the screen. I can look into this later on. That'd be so dope. Um, what am I doing? Where'd it go? Here it is. So it's this thing right here. I think this is what you're talking about. So I have Lazy Vim. I don't know what Vim plug is. Okay, so this is all I have to do. Okay. Yeah, maybe I can do that on the stream here. I'm gonna take a break here in a few moments, and then when I come back, I could try to do that. I want to get through maybe one more section of this. Actually, it's about plugins. That's perfect. So then I can try it after this.
Idea of ways that we can specify what plugins we'd like Lazy to install. The simplest way is to just pass an owner and repo link, like tpope/vim-sleuth. What this looks for is the GitHub repo under this owner and repo. If you'd like to pass something that's outside of GitHub, just give the entire URL and Lazy will download it from there. Many Neovim plugins use a setup function to control both when and how a plugin is loaded. Because of how widespread this idiom is, Lazy includes support for this out of the box. The simplest way to do this is to use the ops keyword. And if you pass an empty table, that's like saying, hey, plugin, please load yourself with your default configuration immediately when Neovim starts. To override the default configuration with the values you want, simply place those.
Let me try to find where he is. So I think this is what he's something like this. Okay, so it is this thing. And oh, this is huge. So this whole thing is a fuzzy finder plugin. That's cray cray. So I would just be adding one to this section, I guess. Here's the LSP plugin. Plugins, plural. Yes. Okay. It's a lot. Here's auto format. So, okay. So these are all the ones that are with this setup. Okay. Um, okay, so I would have to add it right below this right here. Okay, so here's some more plugins that they pre-installed. Cool.
In the ops table. In this case, we're configuring get signs with what signs we would like to show in the gutter. But plugins can be configured with more than just tables.
Have I tried the new Chat GPT search? I haven't. I'm really, really stingy when it comes to subscriptions, especially if it's like more than one of two service providers of the same category. Like, for example, I refuse to have HBO and Netflix at the same time. Like, it's either one or the other. One of you has to go. So it's like the same thing for like AI as well. Like, I only want to have one AI chatbot at a time. Right now, I'm using Claude, and I feel like Claude is like just a little bit behind. Not in terms of like the model, but in terms of like the features they built on top of the model. I feel like the whole multi-model thing at OpenAI is like way better, way more advanced, and they're doing a lot more with the actual model. The only thing is like it's not as good at code type questions, unless they're Python, because it can do code validation. But I find that with Claude is a lot better at helping me out with JavaScript and Golang. And it's so good that it's allowed me to use it to make tutorials for me. If I did the same thing with Chat GPT, at least the last time I tried it, it just wasn't very good. So, uh, but I'm super curious about it, and I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see how like AI search kind of like changes the whole experience with navigating the web. Um, I feel like Google is also inching in that direction as well. So we'll see. I don't know. I feel like now we're kind of getting to this weird point where like information and knowledge and resources are so accessible that the challenge now isn't to get more of it, but it's to like find the stuff that you need and then like not get caught up in the whole like ADD storm of chasing all the stuffs. And that's the part that I struggle with because I love to like go on like informational journeys. I'll say it like that. I love to like just go on a whole like chase for like information, knowledge, deeper explanations to things. But now I'm just like, okay, maybe that is not the valuable part. Maybe the valuable part is like sitting with something and like learning deeply instead of being all over the place. And I feel like I don't know. That just seems like where I am right now, I guess, in my whole like relationship with the AI stuff. Like I love to use Claude to help me like dig into something or to test my assumptions, but I rarely find myself using it to learn something novel. Usually I like it to kind of like maybe help me unveil something or at least a perspective on something, but then it's kind of limited for me in terms of actually being the thing that explains, unless it's like coding stuff, I guess. But I do love the ability to provide it like, oh, this is one of the selling features of Claude for me, is I love the fact that you can have projects and you can upload a bunch of different materials or even create materials and save them as artifacts, and then use that to inform the way that the way that it responds, or like what it can use to respond. So like putting a book in there, or like putting in a PDF of information that you want to, kind of buffer it with before it loads. That kind of thing I really appreciate. And I was doing that with Chat GPT, but I just found that Claude made it a lot easier. And I found this the whole system of like artifacts and projects on Claude is just like way better than the custom GPTs. I feel like the custom GPTs kind of came out to be like a marketplace, and then that's the thing that, kind of tainted the experience of it all for me, because, people should be making their own things instead of trying to like create a marketplace, because marketplaces are always gonna be like a very shallow uh, experience. And they were like optimizing the way that you made those custom GPTs so they could be on the market instead of just making them really useful for the user. So that's a whole nother debate. But I do like Claude a lot. I really like Claude. I don't miss the fact that I can't verbally talk to it. I don't really want to verbally talk to AI. So that part I'm not too worried about. And I kind of missed a little bit of the Dolly access, but Dolly is not super useful if you want to be like really nuance with like image creation. So it's fine. But I do love that Claude has the ability to make SVGs, React components, and flowcharts, and also HTML. And between all of that, like I've been able to make some pretty cool personal tools that help me. Um, that I feel like I wouldn't be able to do if I had ChatGPT. At least not yet. So, but I am jealous though, because ChatGPT now has the whole like, I forget what they call it, but the ability to like edit code and stuff, or to edit files in there. So maybe like in a couple months, maybe like after the holidays or something, I'll go back and check it out. Um, if it seems like they're still like super far ahead of Claude, but I think Claude just has a whole different like long-term goal too. I think they're really trying to make an AI that could potentially like control the computer instead of just a chat interface. But who knows? It's kind of overkill for a lot of stuff. Yeah. You know what would be dope though? If they had a chat GPT driven version of Internet Archive. Now that's something that would be an instant winner for me. If I could access the Internet Archive and like search through that with Chat GPT. So then you can traverse the internet not just in terms of live content, but you can also traverse it in terms of past content. And that would just be like another search parameter. Like that would be so dope. Because I love looking at websites that no longer exist. Like one of my favorite websites is the old website for The Matrix, because they had a whole like website with comics and art and everything on it, and like it doesn't exist anymore. But if you go to the Wayback Machine, you can still look at that stuff, and it's pretty dope. So that'd be the one thing that I feel like they should do search on that's driven by AI. Because trying to do search just on current live content is difficult enough for many people. But then adding the layer of new coordinate of time to that search query, that is more than just a doubling of complexity. Um, so, so yeah, I wish they would do something like that. That would be really dope, and also a little scary, but also very dope. Where there's excess of info, limitations can definitely be a superpower. Yeah, I have learned that that's a very like Zen perspective.
Tables. Instead, we
Yeah,
can
that's so
actually
true.
run Lua
Limitations and boundaries also are very huge for just being creative in general. Yeah, kind of just picking and choosing
code
for sure.
whenever a plugin is actually loaded. Fortunately for us, this isn't VS Code, it's just Lua code, and we can do whatever we want. Lazy makes it very easy to control when and how the plugin's loaded, just like we talked about with setup. Because
Okay.
we can delay loading of a plugin to some later event, we can then delay the execution of the configuration until later as well. This helps improve startup time and also helps it so that if you're experimenting with multiple different plugins, you can easily enable or disable them without having to rewrite your entire config. In this case, we wait to load which key until the very lazy event, and once it's loaded, we call the setup and register additional key maps. This is very helpful for separating the which key config from the rest of your configuration. Plugins can also specify dependencies. Dependencies are actually just the same kind of tables that we've been building up to now. So you can use any of the same keys like ops, config, or any of the new ones that we'll explain as we go in both your.
I'm gonna have to like probably spend some time specifically studying dependencies and also just like Lua as a language. I don't know any Lua, but this is obviously very easy to read because that's Lua, I guess. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to probably spend a little bit of time digging into this and playing around. Um, but I think I got what I need for now. So let's go ahead and let's look at that tutorial again. This one right here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. What's the worst that can happen? Actually, I don't want that to happen, but we'll see. So we'll just paste that in here like that. Boom, bam, shabam, shabop. Do, 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 do. I agree with your comment though about the excess of info. I feel like for a long time because information was has not always been like accessible and free, and so therefore it's always been very very valuable, especially certain types of information. But now that we're like in the post information age where information is so abundantly accessible, like which is a good thing, but also it sort of devalues information in a sort of way. It's like when something is like freely accessible and no longer has boundaries or is sharp boundaries to access it, then it loses a part of what defines its value, which a lot of times is like this demand versus access. But now we're learning like, information isn't everything. It just seemed important because we didn't have access to it for so long. But now that it's like super easy to learn about pretty much anything you can think of for the most part, um, it's kind of challenging our idea that more is better when it comes to information, you know? And we know that it isn't when it comes to a lot of other things in life. So yeah, information has kind of been like a type of currency as well for a long time. But now we're not in that kind of world anymore. At least we're moving out of it. Okay, so I have lazy Vim and do I have VM plug? So how do I open up those lazy like that? And hmm, what's this called? Live command. Oh, VM plug. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know exactly what to do with this. Um, okay, so we'll just start from here. Okay. Let's see if Claude can also give me like some more explicit instructions for installing live command. Also, do I need this or is there some built-in feature I can use? Ooh, this is so flat. Beverage here. Okay, live command is a plugin that provides live previews of command line commands, but Neovim has some built-in alternatives. Okay, built-in is called in command, which provides line preview for substitutions. Let me give it some more context. What I want is for my Vim setup to allow people who are watching my stream to see every command I use, but not necessarily the
text I put in just the commands and key mappings when I use them. Okay, so maybe there's something aside from this that we can try. Let's open up a new terminal. Um, that is not what I wanted to do. How do I open up a new window in my terminal? Is it Command T? There you go. So brew install task key caster. Let's look this up too. Open source keystroke visualizer. 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 Visualize. Would you like to visualize? Yes. Uh. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow. Oh, I typed it wrong. Oops. But what did you just install or do if I didn't type it right? I guess you didn't need both the L's. Cause okay, so I gotta go. I'm gonna go off screen real quick and do some privacy adjustments here. So please mind your business. Mind your business, and I'll mind my business. Okay, I gotta go to uh and click the add button. Mhm. My applicaciones folder. That's the only Spanish I know. Um, in the case, why is this not alphabetical order? I don't see it in here. Maybe I can search. Yep, the installation didn't do what I thought. Let's just check here again. Okay, so brew install, um, privacy, input monitoring, and I don't see Keycaster in my applications folder. Nope, I only see Keynote. Um, did I spell it wrong? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Me and my typos. Oh, I spelled it wrong again. You know, y'all in these spellings trying to be original and creative. What did I install earlier? Oh, it's just okay. It's just getting the formula. I was about to say that's one of my fears is I type something in with a typo, and I guess somebody didn't want. And there was an exploit like that with npm a couple years ago. Uh, yeah, that was a crazy experience. Okay, let's get some music back.
How long have I been streaming? I think I've been on here for like 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Okay, I think this is really installing now. Do 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 do. Come Speechify. Speechify goodbye, my guy. The time is nigh. Come on. What's like more boring, watching paint dry or watching something download? Well, technically not watching it download. We're technically watching a visualization of the downloading process, which is the abstract concept happening in memory. Are you done? Is you good or is you dead? Put some respect on my name. What's going on? It says 100%. What's I don't know, is it frozen up? Okay, it must still be doing something. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. I hate when I do the search thing because I feel like all my business be up on the screen and in the stream. Um, ugh. There we go. Okay, I think we got it set up. Um, so what's this thing right here? Display caster icon, toggle capture. So shift command, damn, that's all the buttons. Okay, so to start it, I have to do all of this. Shift, command, option, control. I didn't do it right. Um, okay. I can just do it manually. Oh, okay, it's not on the right screen. Getting close. Maybe if I activate it on the other screen, like this. Where we at? Okay, here we go. Let's do it like this. Nope, it still shows it on the other screen. So I could do it over here. Okay, cool. So we can make it bigger. Font size bigger. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm glad Marcos recommended that. I can also have my mouse. Okay, I don't want the mouse. I just want the command. I think it's too large. I just want all modified keys. I think I need to do all keys too because when I'm in Vim mode, I'm going to be pressing all sorts of keys that don't necessarily have the control or whatever. So that'll be nice. Okay, let's make this a little bigger too. Okay, cool. We got a nice little thing going on now, so you can see what I'm typing without having to stress yourself out. Ooh, my students would like this too. Yeah, this would be nice for my students. My real life, actual students would love to be able to see all the keys that I hit, probably. Or would that be distracting? Maybe I have to do an experiment to see. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I took the time to do that. I'm also glad I did not have to do this as a Vim thing because I see how this could be valuable in general um, for anything I'm doing like coding in the stream. So yes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It's been a whole 3 hours and 16 minutes and 17 minutes now. So I think that means I am good to go. So thanks for stopping by for the little streaming show. Check out the hoodie. My little nephew was asking about merch. I'm like, this isn't merch, bro. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking to myself, this isn't merch. I just made this for myself for the stream so I can get on here and have some team spirit. Primitive. But maybe I'll consider doing something. I don't know if people would buy it if I had merch, to be honest. But I do like the design, and I feel like um, it's very appealing. Okay, so I'm gonna get off of here. I will catch you all later. Thanks for coming by. Adios. I'll see you when I see you.